Okay, hi there guys. I am going to give you a quick little tutorial of how to use Google Forms to create assessments for your classroom. The first thing is you would need to have a Google account. Make sure you are logged in, and then you would click on the little applications and you would go down to Forms. I'll bring you to this page. Google has already set up some nice little templates for you to use. I'm going to show you how to do an exit ticket real quick. So we'll click on that. Exit tickets we'll usually use at the end of class just to check the kids' understanding to see if they are staying on task and grasping the concepts that we're teaching that day in class. We've been working on weathering, erosion, and deposition in class. And so I'm going to just do a quick exit ticket on seeing if they can differentiate the two or the three. They'd put their name and their email in. Our kids all have a Google email, so they would just put that in there that's already linked to them. Then they already have 3 questions in here as just ideas for you to use. I'm going to modify those, so you just click on those and then you can change what they are. The first question I'm going to ask is going to be a multiple choice question. I'm going to ask which of the following is an example of water weathering, and then I'll give some options, and we could do a river moving sediments to a new place, wind blowing sand off a mesa, or a glacier building up moraines as it pushes through a valley. And so they could just go through and click what they think is the right answer. I would make sure it's required, and I would go ahead and mark what the correct answer is. I'm not sure why it's not letting me click that, but that's okay. Then we go down to the next one. I'm not sure why it's not letting me click that as the answer. But that's okay. Go down to another one and say, give me an example of ice weather. Let's do ice erosion. And I'm going to change this one to a short answer one because they need to type in the answer. And then last but not least, let's see, we need a deposition one. Let's do, give me a description of how a delta is formed. And then we'll make that one a short answer one also. Okay. So we have all of our things in there. You can come up here and you can change the look of it. You can change the color. They do give you some different pictures that you can go in and change them to also, but we're not going to mess with that. We'll just leave it with a color. You're allowed to go in and it'll give you a preview of what it would look like. So when the kids would come in, this is what they would see. They've got to put their name and their email in, pick their answer, type their answer in, and then click submit. And then we'll just X out of that one. Come back, settings, quizzes. We want to make this a quiz so that we can give them a grade on it, see how they're doing on it. And we're not going to give them a grade right away because there's a couple parts that you want to go in and evaluate yourself, so we'll just say later on. And there we go. We'll click, let me see if there's anything else on here. Nope, we don't want them to be able to edit it or anything like that, so we'll click Save. Then when you send it to your students, the best way that I have found to do it, to get it to them, is get a link, make it a shortened link, copy and paste it, and then since you're using Google, more than likely you have a Google Classroom set up, you can go and put this link as an assignment in your Google Classroom. Your kids just have to go to Google Classroom then, click on the link, brings it up for them, they can fill it out, and then you'll get your responses. I want to show you, since I haven't actually done this one, oh, here's where the answer key thing is. There it went. Answer key, this one would be worth, I'd probably make this one worth 2 points. And then this one I'd make worth 2 points also. So click on the answer key. And then this one I just make worth, that's where I click that, and I'd make it worth 1 point. So there we have our points on there. Now, after you've sent this out to your kids and they have done it, you will start getting responses back here. You've clicked that you're accepting responses, but since I haven't sent this one out to my kids, I do want to show you an example of what it would look like if you did send it out. So I'm going to go back to my forms I have here, and I'm going to show you an assessment that I have already given to the students and have gotten feedback from them. I can go to my responses here, slowly but surely, and it will show me, it'll give me all kinds of data to see where the kids are at. It gives me what their average points are, what their scores are. This is just a summary. Frequently missed questions, how many responded correctly to it. It gives you a whole bunch of data. It'll go ahead and tell me their scores, their names, and then it breaks it down question by question, what block they're in, the questions, who answered what questions, how many kids answered each one, so you can see which areas they're going towards more than others. It gives you all the breakdown of that. You could also go with, let me get back to it. It'll break it down question by question. It'll give you everybody's answer for that question. Or you can go to the individual and you can see each kid's individual test and how they did. So if you would have an extended response question, let me scroll down and find one. Like here's their extended response. You can come in and see what they scored or what they wrote, compare it to what you think the answer, what you have as the answer, and then you can change their point value over here up or down depending on how you want to score them. And I don't want to save that because that'll mess up what I've already done. It's a great tool, quick and easy for the kids to do. It gives you a bunch of options if you want to do a full assessment, if you just want to do a quiz or a worksheet, a bunch of different options for you to use. I hope this has been useful, and give it a try. It'll be fun.